This morning, we have launched a 24-hour effort to help the people who have been impacted by Hurricane Harvey. We're talking about people that left with only the clothes on their back, and those clothes are probably soaked right now. Bristel Minsker from the American Red Cross is joining us. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
First of all, how are your folks down in Houston? Have you heard from them?
You know, the Red Cross is working around the clock to help people that have been impacted by the flood in Houston and across Texas. As you can imagine, the scale of this relief effort is like nothing we've seen in recent Texas history. So folks are doing everything they can and really focusing on safe shelter right now.
And you were telling me before we came on the air that the aid workers down there can't even move around because it's so flooded, using helicopters to get from place to place.
That's right. The roads are all flooded. It's completely unsafe to go out on many of the roads. And so the best way to get around is we've had Red Cross volunteers using helicopters, Humvees to get from place to place.
So, and these are people who are there to help, that have all the equipment they need. Now imagine you live there and the water came rising up and you had to leave your home. These people that are coming to Austin, because you guys are in the process of setting up a shelter here, a mega shelter here in Austin, give us an idea of what these people have been through on their journey to Austin.
It's a nightmare. I mean, most of us can't even imagine what it would be like to have water rising to your doorstep and then quickly rising into your home, waist deep, having to wade out and be rescued. Many of them have been waiting on their rooftops for rescue, and they're just now getting rescued last night, this morning, and they're coming up to cities that are hours away from their home, just in, seeking safe shelter. That's a nightmare that most of us can't imagine, and this is what the Red Cross trains for, and we want to make sure that they feel comfortable and cared for.
This is going to be a years-long effort to rebuild these homes and rebuild these lives, but at this point we're literally just talking about the comfort of other human beings. What is it people can do to help you guys right now?
The best thing to do is provide a monetary donation. We have had an outpouring of 5,000 volunteers in the Austin area alone over the last several days. We've got all the supplies. What we could really use is the support of the community in the form of monetary donations to get the supplies where they're needed quickly, and as we need to provide additional relief assistance, we can do that as well.
And the thing to think about if you're watching this at home is that, the blankets and everything, those are great, those are helpful, but they need to be transported somewhere. The money you can use to buy things and get them quickly to where they need to go. So if somebody does want to donate, you can go to our website, kxan.com. But if people want to help out, you said you have volunteers, but what can they do if they don't have the money to help out at this point?
The best thing they can do is help amplify safety and preparedness messaging on our social media channels, and go online and go to redcross.org/volunteer. You can fill out our application, but we're warning folks that we've had such an outpouring that the website's been a little slow, so just be patient with us, put your info in, and we'll get to you in the days and weeks to come.
Bristel Minsker, thank you so much. Again, kxan.com/StandStrongTexas. That is where you can go to donate, and really money is what they need at this point. Bristel Minsker, thank you so much. We'll be right back. Good morning, I'm John Dabkovich, and this morning we're teaming up with the Salvation Army and the Red Cross in an effort to help the people who have been impacted by Hurricane Harvey. Bristel Minsker is with the American Red Cross. You guys are right now setting up a mega shelter here in Austin to help people evacuated from the Houston area and along the Gulf. Give us a sense of what these people have been through already.
Most of the evacuees that we're getting here in Austin are folks that have been rescued, literally plucked from their roofs, rescued in boats, so they have been through a nightmare.
They literally have nothing at this point. A lot of them just the clothes on their back. It happened so quickly. What can people do to help if they're watching this and they want to do something?
The best thing that they can do is provide a monetary donation. That allows us to get the type of help that is needed into the field quickly, and make sure that people have the type of assistance that they need to get back on the road to recovery.
Essentially, the money's easy to handle. The physical donations, those need to be taken somewhere. We were talking before we came on the air, though, that you were saying this is by far the worst disaster we have seen here in Texas.
It is, the scale of this is unimaginable. This has crippled most of our state, and so this is what the Red Cross trains for all day, all throughout the year. But it's hard to imagine that we're actually going through it, and this is a grim reality.
And there are Red Cross members coming from all over the country, but they're having a hard time getting into Austin to even help.
That's right. We've actually had a lot of folks that are supposed to be in Houston, Red Cross volunteers that have deployed from around the country, that have had to make a pit stop in Austin, and they're on buses headed that way, ready to get in as soon as it's safe to use the roads. KXAN.com/StandStrongTexas. That is where you can go to help.
Good morning, I'm John Dabkovich. This morning, KXAN is teaming up with the Salvation Army and the American Red Cross to help you help the people who have been impacted by Hurricane Harvey. Bristel Minsker from the American Red Cross joining us this morning. You guys are setting up what you're calling a mega shelter here in Austin. Give us a sense, though, of what these people who are coming here to Austin have already been through.
Most of the evacuees that we're expecting here in Austin will have been water rescues, folks that have been pulled from their roofs, their homes, from boats, by helicopter. You know, the scene in Houston is devastating, and so we're here to provide some comfort and safety for these folks who have been through a nightmare.
And these are people that don't even have the chance to drive here for help. They literally had to be plucked out of their homes. So what can people do to help? What's the best way to help?
The best way to help the relief effort is with a monetary donation. That allows us to get the type of help that's needed into service quickly.
And why is it that the money makes a difference as opposed to having, say, blankets or something else delivered?
Right now, we've got the supplies. The challenge is getting them where they need to go in these dangerous weather conditions. And as this recovery effort goes on, the longer-term needs are going to be different for every family and different for every community, and money allows us to do that.
The website, KXAN.com, Stand Strong Texas, that is where you can go to donate.